Disclaimer: this will be a video about the plot of the Hello Neighbor game, so just be prepared. Maybe watch a few YouTube videos of other people playing it or something, or play it yourself. I don't know. You're like whatever you want. Do it. Let's get on with the video. Welcome to Game Theory. Today we are going to be talking about Hello Neighbor. So basically, it's just you trying to break into this dude's house and get into the basement. Simple as that. That is it in its most diluted form. Simple as that. But there's obvious story to it, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. And I have very limited evidence, all the games, and one book of the Hello Neighbor thing that I read. But here's what I can piece together. So, let's start with the alphas, shall we? Then Alpha 2, our character is named Aaron. He's the dude in the... Yeah, his picture is right here. Right over here. Anyways, yeah. Okay, let me tell you a story, and a very sad one. So, there's a family of 4. Mr. Peterson. Can't remember his first name. All I know, the neighbor is Mr. Peterson. His wife, Diane Peterson. 2 children, Aaron and Maya. Aaron is the guy in the picture that I just showed you a while back. And then, one day, Diane dies in a car crash. And I feel like the neighbor was in the car with her when she got into that car crash. Wanna know why? I'm glad you asked, because in the first alpha, we see a cutscene of him going into the door. Then when he comes out, a freaking wheel comes out, like a car crash happened. And he rubs his hands together like he's satisfied or something. But I don't think he caused it. Well, I don't think he meant to cause it. But then, when we go in the final game, we hear him and somebody that sounds like a woman. Maybe his wife. Then, they go up and they drive off. And then later, we see a wheel come through the window. And we just see the neighbor coming off from a car crash. He's crying. Why is he crying? Because his wife must have been injured. Then another cutscene, we learn that she went in the hospital and she didn't make it. But there's something that really confuses me. So you know the picture of the guy that's supposed to be Aaron? I know that guy is Aaron because in the book, that's how he's described. Like the guy that I just showed you. But when I looked it up, it said that his name was Nicky. And that is definitely not true. Because Nicky doesn't show up until the final game. So, I was thoroughly confused. Then, it just clicked for me. Oh yeah, let me finish telling you the rest of the story first. Okay, so then, in Alpha 3/4, both of them, since they're both... Okay, so Alpha 2. After he moved out, then the house is abandoned. So, he goes over there to visit. Well, just to see how the whole place is doing. He takes a nap. And then, as soon as he wakes up, he sees the neighbor has redone the entire house. People always say that how he constructed in a day. Well, he didn't. It was all just a dream. A dream of Aaron remembering the house. Now, back onto Alpha 3 and 4. He goes back to his old house. No, he goes back to his new house. Just to see that his dad moved across the street from him, built an entire giant house thing. And I'm not exactly sure how to explain that. But in the end, the neighbor is standing in the corner crying. And then it hit me. What if he was crying because he saw Aaron there, and then he remembered his dead, and then he had an entire flashback about how his wife died and how he grew distant from his family and stuff like that. Now let's go on to the final games. In the final game, we have this boy right here with the teal hat and stuff. His name is Nicky. He's Nicky, not Aaron. He's Nicky. So, in the books, Nikki is a friend of Aaron's. And after the wife dies, then at the end of the book, Aaron tells Nikki to not come back. So, okay, I'm sorry, this has been a mouthful. Okay, let's get back on it. So, I suspect this happens after the wife dies. And also, die in a car crash, because in every single house, what do we see? The neighbor's car right in front of his house. Like, crash and stuff. And it's back on topic. So Nikki picks up on the neighbor's strange behavior. And he goes in there to investigate. And that's in Act 1. You've seen me play it before. Go check out that video later. And he makes it into the basement. But then he gets trapped down there. Which is where he's starting Act 2. Escapes from the basement, but the neighbor has completely redesigned the entire house to keep his prisoner there. Then Nikki escapes. Then we move on to Act 3, which is pretty much Alpha 3 and 4. So, I already explained all that stuff, so we don't need to go back over that. And then in Act 4, the final one, it's Aaron, and he's trying to save Nikki from the neighbor. Now, back to what I was saying earlier about them saying how Aaron was actually Nikki. Like, it just didn't sit right with me. Because the Nikki that I knew, he didn't look anything like that. So, it had to be either an alternate universe or there are two wives. Now I realized it wasn't that at all. It wasn't either of those options. It was the neighbor. Remember that flashback I told you about earlier? Yeah, that was the neighbor, but his memory is kind of foggy, so he can't remember it. In the secret neighbor games, in the hide and seek neighbor games, Aaron and Maya appear to be the same age. But no, Maya is younger. So that's obviously a neighbor not being able to recollect all the correct details, so he kind of fills in the spaces, but some of them are wrong. Anyways, that's kind of just my theory on the entire story. Not sure, like I said, my only evidence was the games and one book, and I know for a fact there are more, which I definitely want to read someday. Anyways, that was just my timeline. And so, yeah. That was pretty good there. Thanks for watching. Wait, no, is that how my patterns? Oh, wait. But remember, that's just a theory. Okay, dog theory. Thanks for watching.